This is the red, yellow, Pure Teach problem for lesson 6.3. Now pay attention as I guide you through this, because your job is to coach someone through this problem, but you always want to ask more questions than give answers. So it says right down below, it's a rectangle. Let's look at some lengths we have. This is 24. This right here is 13. This is 10. And I ask you to first find all possible angles, segment, and side lengths. Now, the very fact that I tell you it's a rectangle gives you a ton of information. Let's recap. A rectangle is a parallelogram. So get the person to who you are tutoring, recite the OCD qualities of a parallelogram. Get them to recite it out loud. In addition to that, get them to recite these two qualities. We have 4 right angles. And really important, make sure they say this: the diagonal lengths are congruent. So from that corner to that corner is the same as that corner to that corner, the red and the orange. The diagonal lengths are equal. Now, because the diagonal lengths are equal and we have a bisector, that means all 4 of these pieces are the same. So keep asking questions like I'm asking you. If I just told you that these 2 lengths are equal from here to here, and then this length going from here to here is the same, and if it's a parallelogram, you know all 4 are equal. Ready? Take that 13 where else it belongs. Okay, you should have caught the fact that that's all 13. Then if it's a parallelogram, OCD, the second O is opposite sides are equal or congruent. So if that's 10 over here, of course, that's 10. Don't tell them these answers. Ask them. If this is 24, get them to trace it, find that. Now, that seems really easy. Now, look at what we're trying to find. We're trying to find all segment and side length. And you look so far. Ask the person who you're coaching, have you found all the side lengths and segment lengths? And the answer is yes, we have. Now you think you're done, but you're not. Because I also want you to find angles. I was like, there's not even a single angle there. What are we going to do? And ask them that, and pause and see if they can come up with something. Because remember when I told you that right triangles are the key to everything? Do you see you got a right angle there? So the person to whom you are tutoring, get them to spot the right triangle. Please don't show them. Hopefully they can spot it. Get them to trace it. Don't you have a right triangle there? Aren't right triangles the key to everything? In my book they are. Pull out that right triangle. We know this length is 10, this length is 24. This whole length, get them to trace it. Don't tell them the length, get them to trace it and tell you that's 13 plus 13, which is 26. We still don't have any angles, but we do have a right triangle. So you want to ask yourself, or ask them, to flip back to their right triangle toolbox. And see if they can't remember. Remember this? Right triangle toolbox. How can we find angles? They should have that filled out. And they're going to be using the inverse sine, cosine, and tangent. So we're going to write out all 3 because let's choose an angle here. I'm going to choose this angle right here. That's going to be our theta. From there, let's label. Do you notice we have all three sides? If we have all three sides, technically, we can use any one of these. Get your person to write all three of them out. They need to understand that they could use any one of those. And please allow your tutor person to choose one of these. Choose one. Don't necessarily get them to do the one I'm going to show you. You can choose any one of those because technically you have all three sides. So get them to commit to one style, either sine, inverse sine, inverse cosine, inverse tangent. You can modify your instructions. Really doesn't matter because it looks like this. Inverse sine, our opposite would be 10 and our hypo is 26. Inverse cosine, our adjacent is 24, our hypo is 26. Inverse tangent, our opposite is 10 and our adjacent is 24. You want to write all three of those down. When you are tutoring, you only need to commit to one though. Now let's check the math in all three of these. Watch, I'm going to go 10 divided by 26 equals inverse sine. You're going to round it to the nearest whole degree, and that's going to be 23, approximately. Ready? Let's do inverse cosine. I'm showing you all three. Your person you're tutoring only needs to do one. Don't tell them what to do. Let them choose their own method. 24 divided by 26, inverse cosine. Notice I'm getting the same thing, 23 degrees. Inverse tangent, 10 divided by 24. Inverse tangent, once again, 23 degrees. So what we just found in this corner was 23 degrees, which is right here. Now don't get all happy, you're not done. Your goal is to find all possible, and this is where you want to start asking questions. Ask them, what kind of angle is in the corner here? Get them to say it out loud that it's 90. Get them to sweep that. And they should have that aha moment that I'm going to go 90 minus 23. And I get 67. And then, if you know all four sides are equal, this right here, that is an isosceles triangle. And if you have two equal sides, you have two equal angles. Get them to trace those hatch marks in, which means this right here has to be 67. Take that away from 90. This right here is 23 degrees. Look, two equal sides, two equal angles. That means this is 23 degrees. And I know that's true especially because we have armpits of the Z going on. It is parallel, armpits of the Z. Get them to trace it, which means from here, that take this away from 90, and of course you have 67 degrees here and here, and another 23 here. You think you're done, but you're not. Because, look, behold, I have a triangle, not a right triangle, but I do have a triangle. Triangles always add up to 180. So you can find one more angle there. We're going to go 180. So make them trace the triangle. Make them see that. We're going to minus 46 because that's 23 and 23. And I get 134. And ask them, once they get that 134, where else could they put it? Hopefully they get the vertical angles. get them to physically trace that rainbow there, and they should recognize that that adds up to 180. So we take that away from 180, and you're going to get 46 and 46. Now, my friends, you have found absolutely everything, haven't you? Please ask more questions and give answers as you're tutoring this problem.